Good morning, everybody. It's Dini here from Masterteach. It's a beautiful, going to be sunny day. It's very early in the morning, and I'm surprised I'm up so early, but there we go. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about parenting. And I think maybe that's a really good place to start for most people. I need to do some parenting courses, which I think will help a lot of people who ask questions about whether or not they're doing the job well. I think everybody, as I always say, has the right intention. Sometimes we get it a bit messed up. And the way we do that is also with the best intentions, but sometimes we just have our own feelings about it and they tend to get in the way of what is actually going to work. So, as a parent, and you've got school-age children, let's talk about parents with school-age children. When your child is about to go to school, you need to know what your child needs to be able to do. And I don't mean academically, actually, although I could add a few things in. But what you do need to do is to try and make your child a little bit resilient. Try and get your child to understand that there are times when they are going to be on their own at school. So, starting with a preschool or starting with a kindergarten is a good idea, provided you have checked carefully to see what happens in that kindergarten and in that preschool. Generally, they're pretty well run. But, there are a few, and it depends where you are in the world, of course, that maybe you need to check out. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. But let's have some general things that you can do. So try regulating your child's food for a start to the times that you know that they eat in preschools, and try and get a bit of a routine established at home which kind of mirrors the kind of thing that they might get when they go to school. We don't use bells anymore most of the time, but we do have things that we do. Now, for example, that your child is going to be required to come and sit on the mat. So train them early, don't train them late. Don't expect that they'll go to school and magically that will happen. It won't magically happen necessarily, and it saves a lot of time for the teacher, but also a lot of anguish for the child if the child doesn't see that as an imposition but something that's normal. And really, honestly, there's no reason why you can't also talk to the teacher and say, well, actually, this child needs to get up and walk around a little bit. So do you think they could have breaks during the day? And they do have them. They do actually put them into the program. So you need to encourage your child and make sure that your child understands that there are times when you sit down and listen, and there are times when you can get up and wander around. Now, one of the things that I see a lot with parents is parents have forgotten that they're not the child's best friend necessarily. They are the parent, that's the role. And the other thing that I see a lot of is parents who are trying to multitask as well as be parents. And actually that doesn't work very well. Most of the time, it doesn't work very well. And I'm not talking about going to work. I'm talking about situations where, say, for example, you're trying to get the washing done, you're trying to get the dinner cooked, and you've just come home from work. You've picked the child up from school, and they want to play or talk to you or something. They're tired. They want attention and they want a cuddle. Sit down and cuddle them. That's more important than food. And you will probably, you need to spend time settling them first, making them feel secure. Once they feel secure and they have processed the change from school to coming home and they're happy, which they will be, that's a good time for you to actually, find out not what happened at school. They don't want to talk about what happened at school because that's over. But you can find out how they're feeling, and that's even better. So don't give them the TV and expect the TV to do your job, because actually that there again is a problem. That's one of the things that is happening to children a lot these days, is that a lot of parents do think that toys and games and TV and computers and whatever else you can give them, laptops and anything, is going to do the job of the parent. Now, the bond between the parent and the child is extremely, extremely important. That's where they learn about your values, your ideas, who they are in your family, how important they are to you. All of those things come out of that time. So that's my first tip for parenting, is to actually spend real quality time with your child. I know it's hard. I didn't do it. I put my job first and I regretted it. So learn from something. Do just a little bit of time. Try to make a change, just a bit of a change, a bit at a time. Or, these are the days of flexible work. You can do this. All right, have a great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.